Most people don't fail because life is hard. They fail because they cannot tolerate not knowing what comes next. Uncertainty doesn't wound them. Their response to it does. The paralysis, the obsessive mental rehearsal, the hollow waiting. By the end of this, I'll reveal the precise method Epictetus taught his students to dissolve the grip of uncertainty. Forged in chains, in actual slavery.
We'll move through 3 territories. First, why your mind treats uncertainty as mortal danger, and why that instinct is destroying your present. Second, the Stoic philosophical architecture that reframes uncertainty entirely. Third, the precise daily practice that builds what Epictetus called the indestructible inner citadel. The real revelation, however, waits at the end, and it will change how you wake up tomorrow.
Consider what happens inside your body when you don't know the outcome. Cortisol floods your system. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational judgment, your hegemonicon, begins to dim. Studies show ambiguous threats activate the amygdala more intensely than confirmed threats. In other words, your mind fears the unknown more than actual danger. You become a prisoner of possibility rather than a soldier of the present.
This is the wound that runs deeper than anxiety. It is a philosophical wound. You have unconsciously accepted that your peace depends on knowing, that certainty is the prerequisite for functioning. Every morning you negotiate with tomorrow, begging it to reveal itself. And when it refuses, as it always does, you spiral. You call this worry. The Stoics called it something far more precise, a corruption of judgment about what belongs to you.
Seneca wrote it plainly in his letters to Lucilius around 65 AD. There is nothing so certain among these doubtful things of human life. He wasn't offering comfort. He was issuing a correction. The certainty you chase is not real. It has never been real. Every plan you've made has been an act of faith dressed in the costume of logic. And you knew this. You always knew. You simply refused to build your life around that truth.
But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. The Stoics did not solve uncertainty by eliminating it. They solved it by relocating their identity. This is the pattern interrupt that most self-help philosophy completely misses. They didn't calm their nerves. They rebuilt the architecture of what they considered themselves to be. The question was never, how do I know what happens next? It was, who am I when I don't? Marcus Aurelius articulated the Stoic answer in the Meditations, a private journal never meant for eyes beyond his own. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is not a motivational slogan. It is the full philosophical doctrine of the dichotomy of control, first systematized by Epictetus in the Enchiridion. What is yours? Judgment, intention, response. What is not? Outcome, timing, other people's choices.
The Stoic concept of premeditatio malorum, the deliberate premeditation of adversity, is not pessimism. Seneca practiced it daily. Before each significant endeavor, he mentally rehearsed not the desired outcome, but every realistic failure. Not to surrender to despair, but to strip uncertainty of its power to ambush. When the unknown is already inhabited in the mind with courage, it cannot arrive as catastrophe. It arrives as something already met.
And if this way of thinking is stirring something real in you, subscribe. What comes next in this journey matters even more. Epictetus, born into literal slavery around 50 AD, possessed nothing the world considers security. No property, no freedom of movement, no guaranteed tomorrow. Yet in the discourses, he declared apatheia, not the absence of feeling, but freedom from being ruled by uncontrolled passion, as the highest human achievement. His chains were external. His hegemonicon remained untouched.
Apatheia is frequently mistaken for emotional coldness. This is an error that corrupts everything downstream. The Stoic does not suppress feeling. They refuse to allow feeling to seize command of the hegemonicon, the ruling faculty. Uncertainty produces sensation. That sensation is not the problem. The problem is the judgment you layer onto it. This feeling means catastrophe. This unknown means I am lost. Remove that judgment. The sensation remains. The paralysis dissolves. Logos, the rational order woven through the cosmos, was Stoicism's bedrock, articulated first by Zeno of Citium around 300 BC in Athens. The Stoics believed reality unfolds according to rational necessity. Uncertainty, then, is not chaos. It is the boundary of your perception, not the boundary of order. This philosophical shift is seismic. You are not standing at the edge of disorder. You are standing at the edge of your own vision. The order continues beyond it.
Wait. What comes next is what few truly understand, even those who call themselves Stoics. Knowing the philosophy is not the practice. The practice is prosoche, vigilant attention, the daily discipline of watching your own mind as it encounters uncertainty and intercepting the moment judgment corrupts sensation into paralysis. Prosoche is a form of cognitive warfare, waged inward every hour. Most people read Seneca. Almost none do what Seneca did.
Tomorrow, when uncertainty appears, and it will appear before you finish your first cup of anything, do this. Do not reach for the outcome. Instead, ask, is this within my power? If not, name it explicitly. This belongs to externals. It is adiaphora and indifferent. Then redirect entirely to what you can govern, your response, your action, your character in this moment. Repeat until it is reflex, not exercise. That is how the Stoics built their inner citadel, one intercepted judgment at a time.
The practice of memento mori, remember that you will die, was not morbid theater for the Stoics. It was precision medicine. Musonius Rufus, Marcus Aurelius's contemporary and philosophical peer, used it to collapse the horizon of worry. If the final uncertainty, death itself, can be held with equanimity, then every lesser unknown becomes manageable by comparison. You don't conquer uncertainty gradually. You conquer it at its outer limit first and work inward.
In the winter of 1609 AD, on the Danube frontier, cold, plague-ridden, his empire fracturing, Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." He had no certain victory. He had no guaranteed tomorrow. He had the practice. Generals around him collapsed inward. Marcus returned each dawn to premeditatio malorum,
to the dichotomy of control, to prosoche. He governed an empire by first governing the 6 inches between stimulus and response.
Now the promise is fulfilled. The method Epictetus taught was this: each morning, name 3 things you cannot control that day. Then, name 1 virtue you will practice regardless of outcome. Not hope, virtue, courage, justice, reason. This is the switch. Uncertainty remains, but you are no longer negotiating with it. You are practicing arete inside of it. If this reflection moved something in you, subscribe. Tomorrow, we go deeper into what Marcus Aurelius did each night before sleep. What question do you refuse to sit with?